Real quick, I want to show you the biofilter media that I'm using this will house the bacteria. I don't have access here locally to the K series or the KY or K1 or KY1 moving bio balls or biomedia that they have. I see a lot of Australians using it. It's not available here, and what is available is these large bio balls that over time they essentially merge into each other and form this massive solid of biomedia, which maybe is okay, but these are pretty badass, because what they're going to do is every single one of these little spokes is going to house bacteria for me. I've got 50 of these brushes, which I will distribute. I'll just run a piece of PVC through this little eye, and that piece of PVC will suspend these into the water. They're 1 meter in length, which is going to give me some nice depth and width to my and all I'm going to use, guys, for my biofilter is IBC tanks. I'm going to have IBCs cut to accommodate the length of these pipe cleaners, if you will, or whatever kind of cleaning brush these are. And we'll run a piece of PVC through the fish eyes here, and we'll dangle them into the water. And when they need to be cleaned, because it's also going to serve as a fine solids filter, a lot of the fish waste that doesn't get settled out into the conical base filters, which I'll show you in just a second, is going to culminate onto these brushes. So we won't clean all of the brushes in one day. We'll clean maybe a set of brushes every day, and then over the course of 10 days or something like that, every brush will get cleaned, and all we'll do is walk over to the mineralization tank, and we'll knock the fish waste that's collected onto here. We'll pop that in the mineralization tank, clean the brush off, and pop it right back into the biofilter without harming or destroying any of the beneficial bacteria that's living on the brushes. So this is Surreal Number has been asking about this. This is sort of the surprise, at least for him, because he was curious as to what I was going to use. Cost effective, yes, absolutely. I think each one of these ran about $4 or $5, which sounds a little bit expensive when you total them up, but it was far cheaper than me trying to import some type of media, specifically the KY or K1 media, I believe it's called. And don't quote me on that, guys, because I could be fucking that up. It might be K2 or something like that. Over here is the conical base filters, and you've seen these, but I want to show you the inside of them. The idea here is that our water will enter through, we'll probably say the lower tiered hole. And here, the water will exit. We'll have a pipe coming off at a 90-degree angle, essentially making like an overflow series. And then the input will be piped down and will create a swirl effect. And in the center of this tank is a hole in which the fish waste can drop down into, and once that happens, that fish waste, in theory, cannot exit that hole until, externally, we open up our flush valve, which will be connected here, and we send that over to our mineralization tank, and that's where we keep all of our fish waste. So it's pretty cool. These are very well designed. I'm excited to try them out, and we'll see how well those solids drop into the bottom of this area, and we'll see how well they flush out of here. I think it's going to work really well. It just makes sense, guys, in terms of solids filtration. Hey guys, just a real quick update. I wanted to show you that they are making some additional progress on the roof. I just took the dogs. I have a couple of large dogs, a Tibetan Mastiff, which you see wobbling my way, and there's a Doberman over there by the truck. They're all tuckered out now because I let them run around for a while. But I will spin over here. Well, there's the Dutch buckets. There's 200 of those, and there's 1,500 liters of hydrogen. I still have to go pick up the remaining 1,500 liters. And the roof, I also want to mention that house is not mine. For those of you who may have seen it in the background of other videos, that's the neighbor's property. I have nothing to do with that. Not my house, guys. I don't have a house here. So yeah, they have built the structure on the roof this far. So my understanding is, from basic knowledge of roof building, the only remaining portion would be some cross members, which I believe are built over there, and then we'll tile it up with these 2 pallets of tile. And I'll show you that when it's done. I'll give you a quick look. This is extremely commonly used here in Thailand, and one of these panels I think costs right around $1 per panel, and it's sort of a textile material. Oh, as soon as I move my finger out of the camera, it's like a textile, almost like a clay material. It's hard to describe, but the lifetime on these is very long, and it's very affordable, very efficient. Obviously, it's prone to damage, like that one has got a hole in it. But at the end of the day, you can't beat its lifetime, and you can't beat its affordability. So this should be enough. I was told it was enough to cover what they've built here so far. And this is just the fish house roof, of course. And I kind of got a kick out of this because I went over to the lake, which I'll show you in just a minute, and there's like this homemade fish catching device. And I can only assume that the builders have been catching their lunch out of the lake or the pond, and they've got themselves a little spit roast here, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, it's really just ingenious. These guys are out here working, and I mean, I know what I paid them, and it was a pretty decent wage as far as Thai wages go. But the fact that they're out here just catching their own lunch and cooking it up to eat is pretty comical. I will walk over real quickly and show you their fish catching contraption, which looks like it's been constructed out of bamboo, from what I can tell. There's Banjo, the Doberman. He's ready to go home. He's had enough. I don't think I've ever showed you guys this pond before. It's about 5 rai, which would be 1.5 acres of water area. And I have a little boat, and I've taken the boat out there, and in some areas it's as much as 4 to 5 meters deep, which would be about 15 feet. Pretty decent little depth on this. And what had happened is the original landowner had relatives living on the land. Nothing to do with my wife's family or the current owners, but the original landowners had family that was staying on the land, and what they were doing is selling the soil out of here. So they'd have somebody come in and dig up the soil, and then they'd truck it out of here and sell it as fill soil, because it's very common here in Thailand, where you have these tropical rains, to have a flood level. And if you're below the flood level and you're getting a lot of rain in the rainy season, then it's going to be a bad day for you, because you're going to be underwater and your neighbor might not be. So that's kind of a prime example is why you can see how high I've filled this land up compared to the surrounding area, and that reason is to avoid any flooding issues. So here's the homemade fishing contraption. I don't know what exactly that entails, but I lifted it up. There's no net or anything underneath there. They're just running like a string with some bait. And I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's some little fish swimming around in the water there. This lake or pond is full of fish of various sizes. I've gone fishing here several times, and I've never caught a damn thing. Thai fish are incredibly intelligent, or at least they are not falling for the gimmicks that we use at home. So that's it, guys. Next week I hope to show you a completed fish house roof, and we'll be turning the fish on, which will be very exciting, because that'll be a major step towards progression, getting the fish stocked and getting our bacteria going to process all of our aquaponic water. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.